But we really loved each other. There was a time we really were two people who just kind of fell in love and were together, and it didn't work out. And I mean, I guess it went, no, I mean, for me it was a little more gradual. You know, I realized that it was something that
it wasn't
right for me.
Because a lot of people said,
no,
he had
we were
that trouble
together
and
for
you
a
left.
year after that.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize we were together for a year and 2 months after that.
Jennifer Lopez's world has been turned upside down as she finds herself in the hot seat, facing FBI agents in an unexpected interrogation. The once glamorous power couple of Hollywood, J-Lo and Sean "Diddy" Combs, are now at the center of a storm that's shaking the entertainment industry to its core. As the FBI showed up at her doorstep, ready to grill her about her old flame, we can't help but wonder, what exactly did she reveal during that intense questioning?
So I was trying to tell Paul, yo, you know, we got PIs following us. You know what I'm saying? So it was only certain reasons if they was following us, if they was PIs, somebody was trying to find out something on us. And they'll usually be following us, not when we're going to a big party and stuff like that. They'll just be following me and Puff on our days that we were out and about and we were going certain places.
This isn't just some unfortunate coincidence or a simple walk down memory lane. We're talking about a relationship that has left behind a long, winding trail of secrets and scandals. Those wild nights in the late 90s, when Diddy was more notorious as a party animal than a music mogul, are coming back to haunt them. The rumors about what really went down behind those velvet ropes have never truly faded away. If anything, they've only grown louder over the years, and now, thanks to Diddy's recent legal troubles, they're practically screaming for attention. Of course, J-Lo has moved on with her life since then, marrying this guy, divorcing that one, and then marrying another. But her past, especially the chapter involving Diddy, keeps pulling her back in like a relentless tide. Some insiders are suggesting that she was more than just the girlfriend tagging along to those infamous parties. There's a whisper, maybe more like a yell, that she might have been involved in Diddy's less than legal side hustles. Now, let's be clear, we're not saying she was in it deep, but would anyone be truly shocked if it turned out she knew more than she's let on all these years? Those were wild times, after all. And this FBI interrogation isn't just about reminiscing over music video shoots and dance moves. No, they want to know what she knows about Diddy's alleged underworld connections and whether she was a part of it all.
I think the hardest thing about being a producer, or the most challenging thing, is to bring the right group of people together, because it's that chemistry that counts.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine you're a pro at that.
Your tea?
Thank you.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, yeah. That one says Queen, and you are the queen. So Jennifer, why was it important for you to name your company New Yorican Productions?
Because I'm a Puerto Rican from New York.
Meanwhile, Diddy is currently cooling his heels, if you can call it that, in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Talk about a fall from grace. He's surrounded by all sorts of colorful characters now, with R. Kelly as a former roommate and Ghislaine Maxwell joining the party. Let's be real, this isn't exactly the kind of a list company you'd want to keep. Word on the street is that Diddy was ready to drop a cool $50 million for a chance at bail. You'd think that kind of cash would sway a judge, but nope. They've already got a record of him allegedly trying to keep witnesses quiet. And that's not a good look when you're trying to convince people you're totally innocent.
You know, Sean and I were very different that way. You know, I was very like family oriented and a kind of a, you know, the married type. You know, I was actually, when we first worked together in the video, I was married, even though I was going through problems, nobody knew that, you know what I mean? And I wanted my family, and even though at that time it was not going well, you know what I mean? That was who I was, that's how I was raised.
How people around Diddy are reacting to this mess. Steve Harvey suddenly erased an old tweet involving Diddy's suspicious march. Then there's Joe Rogan, who's been dropping hints like breadcrumbs on his massive platform. Rogan's probably the guy who'd air some of this dirty laundry in a very public way. He's mentioned Hollywood's dark underbelly before, and let's be real, this whole Diddy situation fits that description to a T. If Rogan decides to spill what he knows, it's going to be a mess of epic proportions. But the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Those Diddy parties, the ones everyone was dying to get an invite to, rumor has it, they weren't just about good music and flowing champagne. People are saying these parties were fronts for something much darker, like an Epstein-style operation with cameras hidden everywhere, capturing compromising moments without people's knowledge. All of this, allegedly, to create leverage for later use. It's the kind of thing that makes you look at those glitzy Instagram posts from back in the day with a whole lot more skepticism. And speaking of high-profile connections, Ice Cube recently took a jab at Diddy right on stage during a concert. It's almost as if everyone in the industry is waiting for Diddy to go down, and they're making sure they're as far away from the fallout as possible. Backstage at Cube's Vegas show, there were apparently some heated discussions about Diddy, hinting that there's more to this story than even we know yet. Maybe Cube knows something about Diddy's dealings, something big enough to worry about. Then there's the tragic death of Kim Porter, Diddy's ex, and the mother of his children that has sparked all sorts of theories. She passed away suddenly from pneumonia, but there's a lot of talk that she knew dangerous things right before she died. She was reportedly about to release a tell-all book that could have exposed secrets from her time with Diddy. It makes you wonder if someone wanted her silenced. Now, there are whispers that Kim Kardashian might have had something to do with the book being leaked. Was Kardashian covering her own tracks or caught in something she couldn't control? It's hard to say, but it sure feels like there's a lot more beneath the surface. Kim Kardashian has always been someone who knows how to control her narrative, so her sudden interest in criminal justice reform could be seen as calculated. Is it a pivot to clear her own name, perhaps, and distance herself from the Diddy drama? Some are even saying she wasn't just a guest at those infamous parties, but actually helped organize them. It's the kind of thing you'd think only happens in movies, but here we are, watching it all play out in real time, splashed across tabloid headlines and trending on social media. And let's not forget about Usher, the guy who Diddy mentored back in the day. Whispers suggest that Usher got pulled into some of these questionable activities, perhaps against his will. But what if Usher is planning his own revenge? Could he be collecting evidence to bring Diddy down once and for all? Imagine Usher as the whistleblower, the guy with all the receipts ready to spill them at just the right time. It adds another twist to an already complicated web of deceit and betrayal. While all this unfolds, Kevin Hart has also been acting a bit strange. You'd think he'd stay far away from all this mess, but he's been making jokes that seem too on the nose about keeping a tight circle and being careful who you trust. Could it be that he knows something too? After all, he's deep in Hollywood, and those circles are tight. Maybe he's trying to cover his bases, or just waiting to see where everything lands before he makes his move. What about J.Lo in all of this? What did she really know? She's got a lot to lose: a career, a marriage to Ben Affleck, her image as an icon. If she knew more about Diddy's shadier dealings, you have to wonder what kind of fallout that could have for her. Would Ben stick around if it turns out she was deeper into this than anyone thought? Or is she truly the innocent bystander caught up in someone else's mess? Her mom's been pretty clear. J.Lo's not getting back with Diddy. Maybe she knows her daughter dodged a bullet as Diddy's legal troubles pile up. One can only imagine how many people are scrambling to distance themselves from him right now, trying to erase any connection they might have had to the embattled music mogul. Even Prince Harry, of all people, apparently used to be friendly with Diddy. The two bonded over philanthropy, but those days are probably long gone now. There's even talk that Harry might have gotten mixed up in some questionable retreats hosted by Diddy. It's not hard to picture the kind of fallout this could have for Harry, who's already on shaky ground with the royal family. Conor McGregor, known for loving a bit of chaos, was all set to start a new drink business with Diddy, but now that plan is definitely off the table. No one can really blame him. While McGregor is no stranger to a good fight, jumping into this mess is not the kind of battle he wants right now. It's a smart move to distance himself from the controversy, even if it means losing out on a potentially lucrative business deal. Then there's Soulja Boy, who has quickly changed from being a huge fan to a vocal critic. He's openly criticizing Diddy for not taking care of younger artists. It seems like he might just be following the crowd, but it also points out how quickly things can flip in the music industry. One day Diddy's the mentor everyone looks up to. The next, he's someone you'd rather not deal with at all. As all these stories start coming together, we're left wondering where this will all end up. Diddy has been involved in so many different things, from music to fashion to movies, and now it's all starting to fall apart. The fancy parties that once seemed so glamorous now look more like smoke screens for a complex mess of lies, tricks, and power moves. Each day brings more connections to light, and everyone is rushing to cover their tracks. Who else will get pulled into this mess? The situation raises many questions about what's coming next in this dramatic unraveling. As we peel back layer after layer, revealing how deep the chaos goes, we're almost in disbelief watching former friends turn against each other. How will they handle the fallout? What will be left of their reputations once everything settles down? This story is turning into real-life drama, keeping us guessing about who will make it out unscathed. Yesterday's hero can quickly become today's villain, all based on your last move or whom you're seen with. Diddy, the once star maker of the industry, now seems more like a master of disguises. His true intentions were hidden behind each venture he started. McGregor's move to distance himself from Diddy might be smart in a world where your next big deal could either be your breakthrough or your downfall. Choosing who you associate with is more important than ever in this climate. This isn't just about making money, it's about staying clear of trouble. McGregor, with his own reputation at stake, doesn't need the heat that's following Diddy now. As for Soulja Boy, his sudden shift from supporter to detractor could be seen as opportunistic, but it also serves as a cautionary tale for other artists. It highlights the need to remain vigilant and critical, even of those who might seem like they're on your side. In the entertainment world, your allies can turn into adversaries overnight. Soulja Boy seems set to jump ship before it sinks completely. With every new headline, cracks show in Diddy's influence network. Those once secure around him now find association too risky. It's a dance of power and pride, with each player trying to stay ahead of the fallout. Who will step back next? Who will boldly speak out? This entire scenario has a blockbuster movie feel, where every scene brings a new twist and the stakes are always high. We're watching and waiting to see who comes out on top, who falls from grace, and how far the damage spreads. Who will be the last one standing when the music stops? Jennifer Lopez's life has been full of jaw-dropping moments, not all on stage. Sure, she's an incredible performer, but let's not pretend it's all glitz and glamour. J.Lo has had her share of eyebrow-raising scandals keeping gossip columns busy. Whether it's bizarre relationship choices, sketchy performances, or failed business ventures, she's certainly had her missteps. Isn't that what makes her all the more intriguing? Sit tight because this rabbit hole runs deep. Remember back in 2001 when she dropped that remix of I'm Real? Yeah, the one with Ja Rule using a racial slur which wasn't exactly received well. People were livid, calling her out for a lack of sensitivity. She defended herself, blaming the lyrics on Ja Rule, saying she didn't mean to offend anyone, but come on J.Lo, you're a megastar. This wasn't just a slip-up, it was an obvious mistake you somehow thought wouldn't get noticed. You'd think by now she'd be used to the spotlight and its consequences. And don't even get me started on her love life, a whole saga on its own. That whirlwind marriage to Chris Judd in 2001 was over almost before it began, and then it was on to Ben Affleck, the guy she literally had the world watching as they dated. Their flashy engagement in 22 turned into a media circus. J.Lo's life reads like a script filled with drama, romance, scandals, twists, and turns, and now here we are again, watching another chapter unfold as the FBI digs deeper into her past relationships, secrets, and connections. All while she's trying to maintain her carefully crafted image as a pop culture icon, beloved mother, and wife. As we continue to watch these events unfold, one thing remains clear. Hollywood never sleeps, and neither do its secrets, waiting patiently to reveal themselves when least expected. With each revelation, we're reminded how quickly fortunes can change, and how fragile fame truly is amidst swirling rumors, intrigue, and scandal. Stay tuned, because this story isn't over yet, and we're eager to see where the next chapter leads us. The next thrilling twist awaits around the corner, keeping us guessing and wondering what's really happening behind the scenes of the Hollywood facade we've come to know and love so well. The J.Lo and Diddy saga is a stark reminder of how the past can come back to haunt even the biggest stars. It's a cautionary tale about the company you keep and the secrets you hold. As the investigation continues and more details emerge, we're left to ponder the true nature of celebrity and the price of fame. Will J.Lo's testimony be the key that unlocks this whole mystery? Or will she manage to dance her way out of trouble, as she's done so many times before? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the world will be watching, waiting for the next bombshell to drop in this unfolding Hollywood drama.